Let's take you to this now. The National Commissioner of Correctional Services, Makgothi Thobakgale, is leading an unannounced search operation at the Durban-Westville Correctional Centre. The operation forms part of the department's ongoing efforts to enhance security, combat the smuggling of contraband, and maintain safe and secure correctional centres. Here's SABC News reporter Mlondi Radebe, who's at the raid and joins us now this hour on the program. So, Mlondi, what can you tell us about this operation specifically, and what exactly are the correctional service officials looking for?
Thank you very much, Mkolisi. We are at the Westville Correctional Facility. As you correctly said, the home of over 4,000 inmates. The Department of Correctional Service today, they are visiting this center to try and find some counterbands, especially in the facilities at Maximum A and Maximum B, where basically earlier on we did see that they found about cell phones, money, as well as a double-edged knife that was also found in one of the cells. But we'll just speak to the commissioner, who will just briefly tell us about the aim as well as the how far have they gone with this program. Commissioner, thank you very much for your time. Briefly about today's engagement.
Well, today we are doing a targeted search. It's a search that is informed by information that we've been gathering for quite some time. We are targeting two centers, Medium A and Medium B. Last week, in 2 days, we found a total of, confiscated a total of 2,714 slopes of dagga, 7 compressed dagga parcels. Now, with one compressed data parcel, the parcel is of the size of my hand, you are able to generate more than 1,500 slopes. Slopes are small packages that you can sell. So you can imagine the numbers from 7 compressed parcels, how many slopes you will get out of that. We also were able to confiscate more than 1,300 Bunga tablets, more than 500 Mendrex tablets, and also crystal meth, around 97 parcels of crystal meth. We found these two in different places on the outside perimeter of the facilities, not outside the fence, but inside. One, we found it in the plumbing system, the pipes that are compromised. 2, we found the other parcels in a compromised section of the building. Our facilities are quite old. I mean, we are at Durban Management Area. It's an old facility. You can see just around here, if you look around, it's dark because the lights are not working. We don't have a budget enough just to even, get the lights to work. So you can understand how difficult it is for our members that are doing a good job. But at the same time, that is not an excuse, especially for members that are not doing what they're supposed to do. This amount of drugs cannot just find itself in the vicinity of or inside a correctional facility. It is clear that our members are highly active, some of them, in bringing these consignments inside, and obviously the activities are linked to an illicit economy that is taking place inside correctional facilities, obviously supported by an illicit economy outside correctional facilities. Now, we're talking about bulk here, so it is very clear that whatever we were able to confiscate last week was meant for distribution and selling within the facility. So moving from outside, the outside perimeter of the buildings, we are now inside the cells themselves, to try and see if we can get the rest of what might have made it through.
So for today, how many, basically we did see that the officials did found some knives as well, cell phones, SIM cards, as well as some stash of drugs?
The search is still on. We are on the 3rd hour now. What I can talk about is the types of knives we found. These are types of knives that are specialized knives. These are not, sharpened objects. that offenders would make out of anything. For instance, they can use a toothbrush to make a sharpened object. These are knives that are specialized, so they come from outside. And if you find that type of a knife in a section of sentenced offenders, obviously the movement is a movement of our members. Well, in the remand section, you can attribute that part of it to remandees that go to court as they come back from court. Maybe they carry some of these things, including upping them, but the sentenced part of our population cannot be found with such. Well, over the weekends we have visits from families, from friends, and that is also an area of risk. But on a daily basis, because, like for instance, today is a Thursday, there's no visits for sentenced inmates. The visits are over the weekend. So it is very clear that we have a weakest link, and the weakest link is some of our members that are involved in these activities.
Commissioner, before I let you go, the other question that I would like to know, I don't know whether you have answers in relation to the undocumented foreign nationals in our facilities. How many are they, and what are we doing with them once they've served their sentences?
Well, on a weekly basis, through the work that we do with the Department of Correctional Services, we deport those that would have completed their sentences. And when I say on a weekly basis, I mean from 243 correctional facilities throughout the country. The statistics that we collected last week, as of last week Friday, we had just above 28,500. That number obviously would go down over the weekend as they get deported. Monday, we then get new admissions. What is interesting, though, is that when you analyze the numbers, the split is almost half. So you have just above 14,500 remand detainees, meaning those that are still awaiting court processes, and then you also have more than 14,500 sentenced. So it shows you that the volume that is coming in is continuing to increase, and it has an impact on overcrowding in correctional facilities.
Thank you very much for your time. That was the Commissioner briefing us in relation to the challenges that also the department is faced with when it comes to foreign nationals that are in our institutions across the country. Back to you in studio, Mlondi.
Mlondi Radebe is our reporter working that story for us. Thanks so much indeed for that update.